If you walk into almost any backyard garden in midsummer, you'll see the exact same frustrating sight. Massive, beautifully lush, deep green tomato bushes that look incredibly healthy, but are completely barren of fruit. Most growers assume this is just bad luck, a patch of poor weather, or a minor watering issue, but the reality is far more calculated. You have fallen straight into the classic NPK fertilizer trap. By feeding your plants standard store-bought chemical fertilizers, you have accidentally forced them into a state of permanent vegetative dominance. You have told the plant to grow leaves, not food. In a high-yield regenerative system, we do not treat plants like passive consumers of industrial chemicals. Instead, we function as biological engineers, actively steering the plant's growth energies through targeted mineral nutrition. Tomato plants have highly specific critical points of influence throughout their natural life cycle. If you supply the exact structural minerals and microbial support at each distinct stage, you can permanently alter their hormonal balance, shorten the spaces between branches, and unlock their absolute maximum genetic fruiting potential. Today, we are walking step by step through the master protocol to grow world-class, nutrient-dense, completely pest-resistant tomatoes that explode with heavy clusters of fruit. Phase 1 begins the very second your plants hit the dirt, establishing the biological foundation. Your primary goal at planting is to construct a massive, resilient root system while completely avoiding leggy, weak, stretched early growth. This requires an immediate biological spark. Tomato plants rely heavily on complex symbiotic relationships with native soil microbes. When transplanting, you must apply a high-quality, dry mycorrhizal root treatment containing active endomycorrhizal fungi directly to the root ball. This specific fungus physically fuses with the emerging roots, creating an underground web that expands the root zone's surface area by up to several 100%, maximizing water and trace mineral absorption from day one. Next, you must completely abandon the old habit of dumping high nitrogen starters into the planting hole. At this foundational stage, calcium must entirely dominate your nutritional inputs. Calcium is the heavy-duty delivery truck of the plant world. It is directly responsible for carrying all other essential nutrients up into the plant tissue while building thick, sturdy, disease-resistant cell walls. For a clean, slow-release soil base, look for naturally mined gypsum, known as calcium sulfate, or high-calcium lime, which is calcium carbonate. Under no circumstances should you use commercial calcium nitrate or calcium chloride. These synthetic inputs saturate the rhizosphere with raw nitrate nitrogen, which disrupts delicate soil microbiology and forces the plant to stretch far too quickly. High levels of nitrate nitrogen trigger a massive surge of a hormone called auxin. Auxin dominance causes cell elongation, resulting in wide internodes, dangerously thin stems, and weak, watery plant tissues that act as an open invitation for aphids and hornworms. If your soil requires an early nitrogen boost, stick exclusively to organic amino acid-based sources like cold-processed liquid fish hydrolysate or soy protein hydrolysate. These complex amino acids provide stable, bioavailable nutrition that keeps the young tomato plant stocky, robust, and structurally sound. This leads us directly into phase 2, vegetative stacking. As your tomato plant builds its frame, your target is tight internode stacking. You want the spaces between your lateral branches to be as short and compressed as possible. Short internodes concentrate the plant's structural energy, pack more branches in less space, and dramatically increase the total number of future fruiting sites along the main stem. To achieve this tight, stocky frame, you must exploit the powerful calcium-boron synergy. Calcium is highly immobile inside plant tissue. It cannot move smoothly without a guide. Boron acts as the biological key that unlocks calcium transport, allowing it to climb to the newest growth tips. Apply a liquid, organic-compliant boron foliar spray weekly alongside your soluble calcium. This simple combination ensures that cell walls multiply rapidly without stretching out. Pair this mineral routine with natural hormonal support from cold-processed liquid kelp extract. Kelp is densely packed with native cytokinins, the exact hormones that stimulate lateral bud development, induce thick stem caliper growth, and drive intense root branching. By the time your plants enter phase 3, flowering and early fruiting, you will have built an incredibly sturdy frame capable of a massive yield. But this is the exact moment where most gardeners lose control. At flowering, the plant must make a violent hormonal shift from vegetative energy, which makes leaves, to reproductive energy, which makes fruit. If the plant has even a slight excess of nitrate nitrogen in its sap, it will stay stuck in vegetative mode, producing 0 blossoms and dropping any flowers that do manage to form. To forcefully correct this auxin dominance and trigger an explosive reproductive response, you need a targeted foliar application of manganese and phosphorus.
For backyard homesteaders, there is a highly effective alternative foliar recipe designed to send a powerful reproductive shockwave through your tomato plants. We call it the Reproductive hack. To mix this specific formula, take a 1-quart spray bottle and fill it exactly half full with purified water. Next, pour in 6 ounces of standard classic Coca-Cola. The soda delivers a highly bioavailable hit of phosphoric acid to drive immediate reproductive energy, alongside simple carbons and sugars for a rapid microbial boost, and a dose of caffeine to jumpstart plant protein synthesis. To this, add 1 to 3 tablespoons of raw apple cider vinegar. The acetic acid creates a brief localized acid response on the leaf surface, which tricks the plant's internal system into an emergency hormonal shift toward fruiting. Next, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of clear household ammonia. This provides a minute, highly diluted touch of ammonium nitrogen, which encourages rapid protein construction without triggering unwanted leaf growth. Finally, add 1 to 3 tablespoons of clean raw seawater, or 20 drops of concentrated liquid trace minerals to provide a complete spectrum of micronutrients. Fill the rest of the bottle with pure water, mix gently, and mist it thoroughly over your plants every 2 to 7 days once flowering begins. You must apply this mix after 8 o'clock p.m. This respects the twilight rule, preventing any leaf burn from the sun and allowing the plant to digest the inputs overnight. As those blossoms set, you enter phase 4, fruit fill and first blush. Your goal here is to maximize sugar transport into the swelling fruit, build extreme sweetness, and enhance skin elasticity to prevent cracking. This is where we focus on building Brix, which is the direct measurement of sugar and mineral density inside the plant's sap. High Brix tomatoes taste absolutely incredible, have an exceptionally long shelf life, and are completely ignored by common garden pests who lack the digestive enzymes to process complex sugars. To build high Brix, your leaves must function at peak photosynthetic capacity. This requires a steady supply of magnesium and iron to continuously manufacture fresh chlorophyll. Apply pure Epsom salt, which is magnesium sulfate, as a regular bi-weekly soil drench or light foliar spray to keep your leaves dark green and productive. Once those sugars are created in the leaves, they need to be transported down into the fruit. Potassium acts as the internal railway system that drives this entire sugar movement. For a clean, safe potassium source, use potassium sulfate, labeled as 0050. You must strictly avoid potassium chloride, often sold as muriate of potash. Chloride is highly toxic to beneficial soil microbes and will actively degrade your living soil food web. During this intense filling stage, you must also defend against blossom end rot and fruit splitting. While blossom end rot is a structural calcium deficiency, it is almost always triggered by inconsistent soil moisture. If your soil dries out completely, the root system loses the water column required to pump calcium up to the fruit. Keep your soil moisture completely consistent. On the other hand, fruit cracking happens when sudden heavy rain or overwatering forces the interior of the fruit to expand faster than the outer skin can stretch. To prevent this, apply an organic-compliant liquid copper foliar spray. Copper is the primary mineral responsible for skin elasticity, allowing the tomato skin to stretch smoothly without splitting open under pressure. Finally, as your fruit ripens, you enter phase 5, fruit maturity. For your tomatoes to develop their absolute peak aroma and award-winning flavor, the plant must clear out any remaining free nitrates inside its tissues. This requires 2 critical trace minerals, molybdenum and cobalt. Molybdenum is the essential catalyst for the enzyme nitrate reductase, which converts raw nitrates into complete stable proteins. Meanwhile, cobalt stimulates the natural synthesis of ethylene, the exact hormone that regulates clean ripening, rich color, and complex flavor profiles. Look for a premium liquid micronutrient package that specifically includes these 2 trace elements. As your fruit reaches first blush, consciously reduce your irrigation inputs. Overwatering at this final maturity stage will instantly dilute the sugars inside the fruit, dropping your Brix levels, washing out the flavor, and causing the stems to split right before harvest. Stop blindly dumping generic high-nitrogen fertilizers onto your crops. Secure your dry mycorrhizal inoculant, build a solid foundation with natural gypsum and kelp, trigger your blossoms with the reproductive foliar hack, and lock in sweetness with potassium sulfate. Master this mineral-driven protocol, work alongside natural biology, and you will grow the most abundant, nutrient-dense, flavorful tomato harvest possible. Go grab your inputs, set your foundation, and I will see you in the next video.